The marijuana sector has taken root in Canada with recreational usage set to become legal in the fall. Now, Stats Canada estimates Canadians spent about $5.7 billion on cannabis last year, with the vast majority on recreational consumption. The production side of the industry is booming, with more than 100 licensed producers in Canada already. But there's more to this market than just harvesting a crop. Let's take a look at where the next phases of growth in the cannabis industry will come from. One of the big factors that will drive future growth is branding. Right now, most companies are focused on producing the best quality marijuana, but very few are actually putting much thought into developing their identity. If you look at similar products such as alcohol and cigarettes, consumers don't care who's growing the hops or the tobacco. It's all about the brands. Now, developing a brand will be difficult because of the restrictive marketing rules imposed by government, but there are some green shoots. Some companies are experimenting with different ways to generate a buzz. For example, there's the Med Relief's deal with Amsterdam Brewery to develop a cannabis-inspired pale ale. The company can basically sidestep the marketing laws by advertising the beer, not the cannabis. Now, many others will have to rely on word of mouth, but those companies that can effectively develop their brand and create communities around it will gain an upper hand on the competition. Companies with an ability to sell high value-add products are also poised to capture more future growth in the industry. Prices of raw cannabis will likely fall once legalized, which will squeeze margins. But edibles and cannabis-infused beverages may be key to opening up the consumer market beyond those who just smoke. Oils are another avenue beyond just the raw plant material. Another area with opportunity for growth is the international markets. We're seeing consolidation in the industry with much more to come as companies merge to create scale and as international firms strike deals to access the Canadian expertise. Many of the bigger Canadian cannabis producers have already started to expand beyond the domestic market, particularly today in Europe and Australia. But the real prize market is just south of us. In the US, marijuana is still a federally prohibited Schedule I narcotic, even though some states have legalized it. Now, that federal barrier makes it difficult for Canadian companies to enter the market, but as social attitudes in the US continue to shift towards legalization, companies prepared to rapidly expand into the US will have an even greater opportunity. The marijuana sector is fast-paced, exciting, and full of opportunity. But with so many moving parts and influencing factors, investors need to stay active to take full advantage. Canadian companies have cemented themselves as global leaders in the space. They're years ahead of others in the industry at this point. To truly excel, though, they'll have to become more than just farmers. This is one of the rare instances where Canada has a real chance to dominate a market. Creating recognizable brands, unique refined products, and expanding globally will be key to continued growth.